Could it be a game?
Okay, we should be live
Yo, yo.
any second. Let a few people join in, then we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. See if we want to start talking about something. Okay, I was trying to see if there's anybody who's about to join, but apparently not. Okay, what's up, folks? How's it going? PJ here. I'm joined by my friend Lamar here.
What's going on?
So we had a discussion last week that went pretty well, and we were joined by quite a lot of people. I think we had Ross, we had Terrence, and maybe a couple other people, Mikey, which made he made a lot of strong points to the discussion that we were having. That was prior to the moment when we found out Cody wasn't even, well, now we know that Cody's in the main event, but at that point, Cody had a very uncertain path to WrestleMania. But now things have changed. There's a different landscape in the world of WWE at the moment. So the main thing is basically Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns is happening indeed in the main event of WrestleMania. However, we want to discuss about the plans that WWE has come up with on confusing their fans. Was this their strong motive to begin with, or did they pivot, or do they even know what they're doing at the moment right now? So I want to start off by saying a few things. I watched Busted Open podcast. Bully Ray pointed a strong fact. He said, he wasn't trying to get any intel what's happening backstage. He said that he had a buddy that works, in WWE. He didn't want to name anybody. He said that, hey, I'm not trying to get any information, but is that what you were looking for? The reaction that you guys got at the press conference? And the response was from that person was like, kinda. So I feel like even WWE at this point, they don't have a certain plan. What are they intending to do? I feel like we have this huge we have this tree. And then there's The Rock and Cody Rhodes on the very bottom. And, on the branches, we have Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and these other players hanging off like Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns. Everybody is connected in some manner of a way. What is happening at WrestleMania? Now, we do know for a fact is this. Announced today. I don't know if you saw this or not today, or not, Lamar, but Grayson Waller announced on his Twitter
Yeah.
saying that he will host the Waller Effect. Is that what they call it? The Grayson
Yeah.
Waller Effect. He's going to give the Grayson Waller rub to these gentlemen. What a funny way to say that. He's going to give the rub to Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. So he didn't mention that Roman Reigns or The Rock are going to be available or not, but surely it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. So now we know that there is no match for Elimination Chamber. Not right now anyways. I know we still have a week and a half left. Today's Wednesday. Next Saturday is the pay-per-view in Australia. I don't think that they're doing a match at Elimination Chamber. If they do something, it will be a segment. But we got a major segment coming up this Friday night SmackDown. We have The Rock and Roman Reigns. They're going to be on SmackDown. We'll find out what they're cooking, as what Nick Aldis mentioned on his Twitter account promoting the segment earlier. So I feel like they don't have a certain plan. I feel like they're going with the flow. And the whole thing with The Rock turning heel was just came naturally. I feel like The Rock just went out and he felt the crowd and he was like, this is how I'm going to act. And he genuinely looked pissed off. Now, he is a blockbuster superstar or whatever you call it. He is a box office Hollywood hero, Hollywood star.
True.
He knows what he's doing. Even on the camera at the press conference, he made everybody look like they're a bunch of kids. You know that he's a star. He knows how to work the camera. He was on the hard cam closest to the camera. He made Roman Reigns look like that was his little cousin Jimmy, if that makes any sense. And even that clip that you watched it, where Rock and Roman Reigns are walking out of the arena, headed out in Las Vegas, where Roman Reigns is walking next to The Rock, shoulder to shoulder, he still looked like he was his little cousin. He looked like he was secondary. He didn't look like he was their tribal chief. I'm sorry to say that, but they have got to fix that. They can't do this where The Rock comes out and he's just totally outclassing everybody if they want this match to happen the way that they want it to go. So there are so many things happening wrong at the moment right now. There was another thing I want to point out, and then I'll let you take care of this conversation, Lamar. And I just noticed that we are also joined by Mikey. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right. So another
Howdy.
thing.
Sorry.
Howdy. No, you're fine. Another thing. What was wrong with the whole segment? Seth Rollins. If Seth Rollins was part of this whole deal, dude, they have fucked that up. They have belittled that title. They have made fun of Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins has not done shit. Except this past week. This week, he had a legitimate segment. He took off his glasses. And finally, we saw a decent promo out of Seth Rollins. It wasn't the, I'm the revolutionary. I'm the, whatever he says. His, wife's shoe-wearing ass promo that he usually does. He was serious for a brief minute. He was talking to Cody Rhodes, talking about, how, hey, do you want me to be your shield? Or, however that conversation went. It was pretty serious. The only thing that worries me is Seth Rollins going to backstab Cody Rhodes leading into WrestleMania. We can talk about that here in just a minute. But going back to that main point, at the press conference, Seth Rollins looked like he didn't belong there. I feel like he was an extra. He was off to the side. He was just reacting off mic to whatever was happening on the stage. He was out of the place. I feel like guys like even Roman Reigns, they need to figure this out and make this legitimate, because The Rock totally outclassed everybody. I don't care what you say. And of course, Cody Rhodes was the main highlight, getting slapped. But even backstage, when he's walking by, he knows how to work the camera. He looked totally big as a bigger star on the camera, always taking lead, always taking charge, walking in front, and just makes a side comment talking about like his bullshit. And then, gets right into the conversation and tells Triple H right to his face, like, hey, this is BS, I don't care if I'm out of line. You got to fix it. Fix it, damn it. And then what did Roman Reigns say? I don't even know. That's all I can tell you, because The Rock totally took care of that whole segment. So there's a lot of wrong things happening right now. And I also feel like they don't know what they're doing. They are just going with the flow. So where does Rock come into this picture? Where does Seth Rollins falls into this picture? I'll let you go ahead and get this thing started, Lamar. What do you think about this whole situation?
Well, just to, touch on a few points that you started on with. For starters, it seems you're not big on how The Rock came off as opposed to Roman, as opposed to Rollins, as opposed to Cody. And I look at that two ways. I agree, but I also look at this other way where this is all kind of one big seed. Now, I also do agree that they have no plan. Like they're just going blind into this kind of like we're used to WWE doing when they have situations with big stars like this. We've saw like do we have to mention Batista, Randy Orton, and Daniel Bryan, but like where they thought they had a big money match and we said no, this is what we wanted forever. What are you guys doing? And they're in a situation where they're kind of just fiddling with what they have and they're trying to go. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as how The Rock is being presented right now, I think that for Roman's case, I think it's perfect because we haven't seen Roman like this in a very long time. Roman hasn't looked belittled else since The Rock himself used to be on the show trying to make everyone try to be like, "Hey, this is my little cousin. You guys like him?" And everyone's like,
He
"No, fuck
he looked
you."
like fucking Solo Sokoa
Yeah, he looked
standing
like
next
little
to.
cousin for sure.
Yeah,
But I think it fits perfectly for him because that's his character. Right now he's playing the I got my big cousin. I called my big cousin on you guys. Like this is what I'm taking it as. Is he's calling it as it's not The Rock entirely, having full power on him. It's just haha, I called my older brother, or in this case it's his older cousin. You keep fucking with the little brother, you called the older brother, now you're fucked. Type of
and
deal where I feel like he's playing the spoiled little brat card where yeah, he'll end up doing promo soon where like y'all really thought he was the tribal chief? Man, he works for me, like some shit like that, whatever. But I
I feel
took it
like
more as it works for him because that's his character already. Like not just Roman Reigns, but just Joe. That's him. Like he's spoiled. He's a spoiled
yeah.
kid.
Mike, you want to go ahead before we take the spotlight?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say, well, first of all, thanks for inviting me back. I didn't, I thought it was perfect until the smack. I think there's things that can be explored. I think there's things that, there's paths to work with this. My only fear, I got two fears. One is, like you said, with Seth being added to the mix, where do you go with that? I think there's only one logical, you know, not even one logical, there's only one path I can see actually happening, and that's Seth turning on Cody. Because
Mm-hmm.
let's say, because no matter what, Seth has to lose at WrestleMania, right? He got too many injuries for, like, nobody wants to see him retain that title at WrestleMania. And that's no indictment against Seth, but he needs to go away for a while. He needs to heal those injuries. Is necessary. It's like holding him back at this point.
Right.
So you can't have him lose night one and then come and help Cody night two. I don't know. Like that's kind of like a heel move, I guess. We seen the Usos do that last year, and even when they showed up last year after losing night one, like showed up night two after losing night one, they got destroyed by Sammy and Kevin. So they kind of just like look like how you don't want. I don't know.
So you
I
do
think
agree with the fact that what I said, where Seth Rollins would turn on um, Cody Rhodes because he said that line, hey, Roman Reigns is the product of, how the Shield was, or, something along the lines. I don't know exactly what he said. He said that he learned from the best. He is my brother. And guess what the Shield brothers do? I mean, look at Seth Rollins. He turned on Dean Ambrose. Or, Roman Reigns hit him with the steel chair long time
yeah,
ago. So,
and like it would make so much sense for Seth. It would suck for the fans, but it made so much sense for Seth because what made Seth change his mind? Like let's be honest, what made Seth change his mind about the way he feels about Cody? Like this is the same guy who put a sledgehammer to his torn pec, you know? Um,
exactly.
so again, it would suck for the fans, but that's the only thing I could see coming out of Seth helping Cody. I guess they can maybe go for this Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero moment where they both hold the titles to end the show.
Uh huh.
But again, that would mean that Seth would win night one, and I don't think anybody wants to see that. So I don't know how they go about doing this. again, up until the slap, I thought it was perfect. I don't like seeing Cody get
Well,
punked again 2 weeks in a row by the same dude.
well, think.
I don't. My bad. Huh?
No, I was just trying to say, like, nothing makes sense what they're doing as
Because
far as the matches go.
it's
Because
like you said, they making it up as long as they go.
they're making it up as long. I mean, as they're
Exactly.
going, they have drawn so much confusion. Never in the history of professional wrestling where fans don't know what the main event of WrestleMania is going to be. Everybody's in the mix. I mean, think about it for a second. They're promoting Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and then on the other side we have The Rock and Roman Reigns. Hello,
So
we got Elimination Chamber qualifying matches happening for Seth's title.
right, I thought it was still gonna be a tag team match at Elimination Chamber, but nah, it's a Grayson Waller effect with Cody and Seth. So
Yeah,
what are
yeah.
like
So
at the end game has to be Seth and Cody somehow against. We don't want to see a tag team match either because
did you
I
also see
don't.
the article saying that Damian Priest is not allowed to cash in on Seth Rollins?
That is ridiculous.
It's the most weirdest, funniest thing I've ever heard. I mean, they job
That
all the
is.
time, make people drop the title because of injuries. It has happened in the past. But, I
I,
really think that they're confused and that they don't know what they're doing. All I can say is this. Leading into any mania, the Daniel Bryan WrestleMania, there was another one with an underdog, I can't remember. But leading into WrestleManias, when WWE do their main shows into the bigger cities like Brooklyn or Chicago or even the Philly, those are the shows that's going to determine who is your top babyface, who is the top heel, who do they want to go with as far as the victory goes, or what they really want to do. I feel like this match that has been made, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, was just out of spite, where Triple H was pissed and he just kind of like made an announcement saying that, here you go, Rock, this is what I'm going to do. Of course, it's a work, but still, just trying to make people happy. I feel like they're going to take this away once again. Remember this, and they can do it, because at the end of, or bottom of every poster, there are 4 words: card subject to change. I believe that they're going to take this away, make fans angrier, make them pissed off, make them turn on The Rock once again, make him even a bigger heel as he already is, and trying to make Cody Rhodes this biggest not an underdog, but what I'm trying to say is that biggest baby face leading into the bigger cities wherever the shows are happening. I'm sure we got a couple of big shows happening. We got Anaheim, California, Monday Night Raw coming up. And I'm sure that we probably have like a Brooklyn show as well, if I'm not mistaken. I know we got a Philly show for sure, of course, leading into Mania.
I don't. I don't. Maybe it's the optimist in me because my first favorite wrestler was The Rock, and not even just the like not being selfish. I still feel like there's a guy in there who understands the business of like, all right, the fans really don't want me to go against Roman. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a story that can be because The Rock did acknowledge Roman as the tribal chief. I guess the head of the table is a different, subject.
Well,
So,
now there are 2 heads of the table. That's the story
yeah,
now. There are
yeah.
2 heads.
So there is a story that could be told about Roman being a little like, the little brother there. I don't know how that goes because you don't want to lean too much into that story because it kind of diminishes what Cody got going on. So
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely a story that could be there told that can lead to WrestleMania 41. Again, if Seth loses night 1, I just know he's gonna turn on Cody. Like there is no way I'm gonna lose my title and help you win yours.
So
You know?
you're saying Seth loses his title to
Uh huh.
whoever he's facing, right? On night 1.
Yeah.
And then The Rock is backed up by Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins is on Cody's side, where
Yeah.
he's going to come out and he's actually going to turn his back on Cody Rhodes. Is that what you're
Because we
thinking?
all That because do y'all agree? Like Seth has to lose this title at Mania, right?
I'd say
Uh,
so. I think that that would be the plan considering his status. And now,
what happens with
here's,
Damian Priest?
but that's my
That
thing.
because
I feel like,
do you screw over Drew again? Like, because I'm assuming it's gonna be Drew versus Seth. Like, do you
That
have Drew lose his 13th
So that will
championship
be a
match
perfect
in a row?
scenario. That will be a perfect scenario because Drew McIntyre has been chasing this high. He's like, hey, everything's been taken away from me, and this is where, what I'm doing. He's been posting videos about CM Punk, talking about, tearing up his tricep and all this stuff.
Drew deserves to win.
Yeah, I
Drew.
believe if he wins, he gets it taken away by Damian Priest. Just so where you can have that moment, like a shocking moment, it's like, hell no. I won this championship once again, and my dreams are broken,
yeah,
and they've been
you
taken
keep
away.
bringing this scenario up, and I always see it at first, but then I'm like, but then that kills all his heat. Now you gotta build up Drew as the babyface going into a match against a heel Damian Priest when it's like we just got done booking this brand new, what is supposed to be this brand new Drew McIntyre that is going to be repackaged as a heel.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
would we ruin
Just
that and
he
have
definitely
Damian
loses
Priest?
all that
just
heat.
letting you know, he's having a match with CM Punk as soon as CM Punk comes back. That's gonna
Yeah,
be his
that's the
first beef
plan.
because he's already still talking about this right now on social media.
Man, this is a mess.
It is a wild mess what's happening in the WWE. Like, nobody knows. Everybody's speculating right now. We don't know if it's going to be a tag match. We don't know if Cody Rhodes is wrestling 2 match. I can see that. I can see that where
You can see a
maybe
tag match.
no, maybe Cody Rhodes is facing The Rock on night one, and he dares him.
No.
He dares him, saying like, "All right, if you want to face the tribal chief, you got to go through me because I want his championship as well." I don't think that he's aligning himself fully with Bloodline, but he's saying that Samoan Bloodline itself needs to be in the main event. I can see it where he's like, I want to be in the main event, but Cody, you got to go through me.
So you have Cody main event both
So,
nights.
yes, Cody main event both nights.
That's a waste to like a
Then I
Bailey
definitely see
or
that.
like
I definitely see that. That Seth heel turn.
I can see that. I can see that, and that's probably one of the most liked scenario where you have both parties happy, where you have The Rock competing in one of the main events. Although I can't see, this is what I don't agree with, and this is what I cannot see, where The Rock is main eventing on night one. Although he's a main eventer for night two, but that's where fans are pushing, for Cody Rhodes, and they want to see Cody Rhodes. And, you can't really say that The Rock is going to wrestle 2 nights in a row, right? Come on now.
Do
well,
you
you're
worry about upsetting like Drew and Seth because that kind of takes away a main event from them, or even the EO and
Nah.
Bailey or Becky and Rhea?
No, I just don't think that Drew and Seth are a bigger draw.
Mm.
I just don't know why. I just don't think about that.
well that's where here's where you're because you're dodging something that I feel like is the most what's you keep
Well,
saying. Well, I'm saying with you, PJ, you're saying each different scenario you've said is this could be the most realistic, where everything points towards, regardless if it's what you want or if I want or if Mikey wants, it seems to be all pointing towards a triple threat, man. Because why would we take, just make a point that Mikey said, why would we take a spot away from draw or not?
but do
Why
you
would we take an
really?
extra spot away just to put The Rock to fight Cody when The Rock could barely we barely think The Rock could get in the ring with Roman. Do you
Do
really think
you?
he
Triple
could get in
threat
the ring
match.
with
Do
Cody?
you really see a triple threat match?
It's the
Triple
most
threat match is the
realistic where The
perfect
Rock
case
can just
scenario.
sleep. He could sleep for half the match and not like, as in like, he could be hurt in the
Man,
corner and
but
sell and be
Well,
helped with
but
one
that
extra
doesn't.
person.
if Rock and Roman wasn't so lazy, you could get that tag team match like for They built the get off the ring rust for The Rock at Elimination Chamber, but it ain't happening, and like it's just not happening. So triple
Dude's
threat
got.
match would be perfect case scenario, but even then, where does Seth go into that? Like
But that's what I was gonna
that's
say
who I
is
worry
this
about.
is a big swerve where it's clearly that Drew is going to save Seth in the scenario of Drew is going to go for Seth when he wins the Elimination Chamber because come on, he's gonna win, and um, that's where we all finally get our answer that Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. That is what I feel like they will push into Mania as the big feud for Raw because again, I just don't like. I just see that all as swerve
Let,
having
let me
Rollins in it with the trailer. Like everyone took that as a 2v2. I just took that as they're just trying to sell tickets. Oh, all four of
let
these guys are gonna be at WrestleMania. They didn't
But
say they're
Seth,
fighting. They
but
just said
Seth
all
said he
four of
got
these
his
guys
back
are gonna
though.
be here.
Seth said he has his back though. Like in what way?
Just
That's
in
what I'm saying.
general, it's just like
Like is he going
I
to
don't
be
know.
ringside? Is he going to be the solo Sokoa? Like is he what? Like
Yeah, protecting from the other bloodline members. But let me
See,
is this
ask you
going to
this.
be
we're
like
thinking too
Let
much
a
into
McMahon
that.
in every
let me
corner type of deal?
let me ask you guys this. Are you guys saying that you would rather see a triple threat match, or you're just saying that that's where the fingers are pointing at? That's what it's gonna be.
Honestly,
Honestly,
both.
triple
I think
threat elimination is perfect case scenario for
Are
me.
you? Wait. Okay, so you just said this triple threat elimination. That has never happened before. I can't
exactly.
remember. I would love to see that triple threat
Was it
elimination
the
would work.
fatal four way elimination at WrestleMania 2000?
Oh, the women's match.
Yes,
The women's,
yes, for
yeah.
all the McMahons,
What?
where they were managed by, or
Each
where the
McMahon.
McMahons were managing the
Oh.
superstars. It was The Rock, Mankind, Big Show, and there was one
Well,
more.
they did the women's match was a fatal four-way elimination match. Like one of the WrestleManias with Nia Jax, and I don't even be watching the women's
Let
wrestling.
me ask you this, Lamar. How did that go? How did those
It's
matches
women's
go? They weren't.
wrestling.
No, not women's wrestling. Just any of the elimination or like a fatal four way or triple threat main event for WrestleMania matches. How did they
The heel.
go?
The heel
They were
wins.
all bangers. Are we? If we're talking about
Bangers? What?
triple threat, Chris Benoit, Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
That was elimination.
It was a no. He asked triple.
No.
He just said triple threat or fatal. He didn't say elimination. He just said any triple threat,
Uh,
fatal four way. So
so
I'm
PJ, when
giving
you asked
you.
that question, are you saying like, are you worried that it's not go like the match not gonna be good or
I'm
what?
saying the match is not going to be good. I think
No,
as a
no,
bigger
no.
attraction and what they can sell, one-on-one match is what you're looking for.
Yeah, but
So
it's
imagine
yeah, but it's
Especially with The
somehow.
not
Rock being in
safe
the.
for an
So
old
what
ass
we got?
nigga like The Rock to have a one-on-one main event spot.
So we got about a month, right? You can, as long as they show up like tomorrow, not tomorrow, Friday. The Rock and Roman are going to be on screen. You
Mm-hmm.
could start the divide between those two, like how Batista and Randy Orton kind of started turning on each other against Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Like you could start the divide between those two, and like you immediately boost back up Roman Reigns. You start making him look tougher instead of not the third wheel, because it's kind of like a Cody and Rock feud at this point, more than it is a Cody and Roman feud.
Terrence over here,
Uh,
y'all are just spitting right now. We're not spitting shit right now. We're talking facts over here, buddy.
that's
That's
what's
what
fitting.
he's
That's
saying.
what's
Yeah.
so I think um yeah, I think you got time to. It doesn't necessarily. Not everything is set in stone. You got a month with good. If you believe in your creative, you can start a divide between Rock and Roman, where a triple threat match makes sense, and Seth's involvement isn't necessarily needed. Although that was a great promo, it won't necessarily be needed.
Never have I ever seen them talk about the writer, head writer. I mean, Pat McAfee mentioned Brian Gerwitz. I think that's his name. Even The Rock mentioned it. And even he was talked about it on another platform talking about how this is the year for craziness, and how his writing capabilities and the head writer, you know, we've got some unbelievable stuff coming, and we can see that because we're all so confused. We don't know how it's gonna go. All I know is that I'm very excited. I'm in for the ride. I mean, I want to know it all, but then again, I'm being patient because I'm tuning in every week to find out what's happening. This SmackDown, we got The Rock and Roman Reigns, and I'm sure Cody Rhodes is going to pop up on Monday Night Raw in Anaheim, California. But who likes to show up in Anaheim, California, by the way? The Rock does. So do you think that there's something that's going to happen?
I think the surprises is done with The Rock due to you only do those surprises when you want to get like The Rock a pop.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know, maybe that's like 4D chess with it. Maybe they will do. I don't know.
When are they clashing? Because Cody Rhodes said that he's going to clap back at The Rock.
I think it's more likely
After
Cody
Chamber?
pulls up on Rock more than The Rock pulls up on Cody.
Okay.
I think that's more likely.
So you're saying that right now it looks like it's going to be a triple threat match. It's safe
Well,
to say.
I could still see a singles match, but if The Rock is adamant on 40, WrestleMania at 40, I see a triple threat match. But perfect case scenario for me is like Rock or Roman turns on Rock, or somehow Rock costs Roman the title, like on accident or something. I don't know. And
John
it
Mark
goes to
says
WrestleMania 41.
John Mark says that he's not wrestling this year. Talking about The Rock. In case you guys didn't know, The Rock has 3 ring setups. The dude got 3 rings set up in all of his different homes all around the United States. He mentioned this in Pat McAfee. Dude stays gassed up. But
Right.
yeah.
Talk about
But-
you got 3 rings in 3 homes.
but,
Fuck
you
out
know,
of here.
He couldn't even cut a promo without getting tired.
I know. Dude's always pointing at his forearm.
I got goosebumps because I'm tired.
And
I'm
what
shit, I'm
worries me
excited.
is what worries me is CM Punk could see that and be like, "Yeah, I need to gain more muscle." No, y'all need to be working on cardio, man.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But he's probably practicing. You know, he's mentioned saying that he's got trainers that he's working with and other guys. They're helping him train back and forth wherever he's flying. So I'm sure he's got all the help that he needs. And I'm sure that he's going to be back in shape for in-ring competition.
Man.
If at least a triple threat, right?
Oh yeah, he'll be alright for a triple
but
threat.
But look here. You know, triple threat elimination sounds really good. I can totally see it, where Cody Rhodes pins The Rock or Roman Reigns, and after that, whoever the last person is, they have this moment where there's where they're having a face-off, and the crowd just totally erupts for Cody Rhodes. You know, he's one step closer, another step closer to finishing the story. Fans can feel it, Cody Rhodes can feel it, and then of course something else happens where, you know, Seth Rollins comes out and betrays Cody Rhodes. That will be heartbreaking.
That's my only fear right there.
Yeah, that's where a lot of people fear, buddy. A lot of people, especially after this past Monday Night Raw, after what Seth Rollins, said that he wants to be the Shield. Whether if he's gonna
best case scenario, Seth will get hurt night 1, where like Drew McIntyre beats the shit out of him, and we won't see him.
I was gonna say the same exact thing. Like the only way I could see out of this is like Drew goes crazy on Seth, and Seth just can't make it tonight.
You Seth, I hate you.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. So you were saying that Seth Rollins get hurt so bad, so he drops the title and then he's gone, totally gone.
Yeah,
where he's not, helping out Cody
Rhodes.
Like
not literally like, oh, Drew's gonna go injured, but we're talking about like on screen.
Because it would be so out of character for Seth to lose his title and then help Cody of all people win.
Let me ask you this. So all this time we're talking about World Heavyweight Championship, how he's the workhorse, which he really is. I mean, I really think Seth Rollins is a great superstar, great in-ring performer. Why are they belittling his title? What is the purpose of that? You created the second title only to bash, and not only that, Roman Reigns comes out, he bashes Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins needs to clap
I can
back,
give you the
y'all.
answer.
I
He
got a
needs
I
to.
got I got a hot take about that. Oh, for some reason, y'all didn't let this title hold the lineage of the big gold belt. Like y'all made this a secondary championship. Y'all made this a
Hmm.
spiteful championship.
Do
That
me a
is y'all
favor.
fault.
Do me a favor.
So,
Could you repeat that one more time? My stream had an issue. You made a
uh,
great point, and I want you to simplify that and repeat that because my stream had an error. How I hope the
so
stream hasn't ended yet. Okay, we're good.
so from the jump, they've made this title like the reason why it's like I think it's Seth Rollins' fault that this title is secondary because from the jump they've made this out of spite championship out of spite Roman Reigns. It's like it's the AEW championship in a weird way
They
because
made it
it,
because of
it's
Roman Reigns.
right. And Seth has not even gone against that at all. It's like his whole motivation for this title reign is to be the opposite of Roman. He's been taking shots at Roman since he won that championship, and Roman Reigns cut one promo on him and
Mm-hmm.
destroyed it.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
mean, you're
your
right
fault,
about
man.
that.
Like,
You're right about that. But Seth Rollins, he's simply saying this in his promo that he needs to bring that title on the other side of the grass because he has this one chance to do it, and he better not fucking lose it this time. That's what Seth Rollins said. Bring that title home where it belongs, where you can defend the title against other people, open up more opportunities. That's the problem here. Um,
yeah,
and maybe that's where Seth, wants to push Cody Rhodes for him to win the championship, so he can maybe challenge him and expand other opportunities, and maybe go after him after when Cody wins the championship.
the only I could see like maybe Solo cost Seth his world title match, maybe. But
As
then even but even then that outcome is like, yeah, he's
I
interrupting the match
I
tomorrow.
think as much as Solo has interfered all throughout the year, and not to mention that WWE itself, they brought it out so many times saying that, oh, you got your cousins helping you out all the time. Solo Sikoa is the one that interferes all the time. I think this year is going to be a different story. I think he's going to be either taken out by Seth Rollins, and then of course Roman Reigns is going to be the one to interfere between. Sorry, The Rock is going to be the one to interfere. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes.
They
So
gonna have to get real creative though, because they booked themselves into a hole.
it is a huge mess. It really
Yeah.
is. Like I
And
said, for the first time, we don't know.
really up until the Super Bowl commercial, not even just the Super Bowl commercial. Like, yes, again, this was probably Seth Rollins' best promo, but it's also like, okay, how do we pay this off?
Yeah.
Because it's more than just it's more than just Cody finishing the story now. Like, it has to make
Hmm.
sense for Seth to have his back. Again,
Yeah.
I don't see him having his back if he loses his title. Like, how you go have Cody's back, but Cody didn't have your back? I don't
Yeah.
know.
So he is wrestling for sure. Seth Rollins is wrestling 100%. They're
I,
just
I
taking him off the screen. He's not wrestling right now, but he's going to be ready for WrestleMania. Win, lose, or draw, he's going in there and wrestling that one match, not knowing how it's going to turn out. Um, so I wanted to point out something.
Maybe they do
Um,
something with the Grayson Waller effect. Maybe they
what do you mean? Do you think that The Rock or Roman Reigns is going to show up?
not like maybe Seth gets a reason not to. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe Cody tells Seth like, I got to do this myself or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, I doubt it.
Y'all, come on. We're missing the big picture is in Perth Elimination Chamber when even if it's not Drew McIntyre, whoever wins, that is what Seth's distraction is. Right then and there, I feel like that would become like,
Hey man, like Cody, look, I love you, man, but I gotta get ready for this match. Are
Um,
But
you?
it's that's night one though. Like, nothing about night one should like logically not. like realistically, let's say this was real. Like let's say we believe wrestling is still real. Even if we think like, okay, nothing about night one should keep Seth from helping out Cody night two, but
Hey,
other than Seth,
I've got a,
like his
I've got a
character.
great discussion point. Did you guys hear about WWE making it seem like we've got all the chamber participants, and at the very last second, at the chamber itself, they pull out that one guy saying that he's injured, and here comes out The Rock, and The Rock wins the chamber match, and then he faces Seth Rollins. Did you hear about that speculation?
Where was this?
I think at that, my bad.
No, this was posted on some website. I don't know exactly where.
I hope not. That just sounds.
I think at that point you might as well give Drew McIntyre Tony Khan's number at
Drew
that point.
McIntyre.
Not even like.
Ain't no way I'm losing to The Rock.
What the hell is The Rock gonna do in Elimination Chamber other than like? Oh, I just don't see it. Exactly.
It just melts in there, man.
It ain't happening. Cheese grater.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see that happening. I don't, because that will take away another title opportunity for somebody else.
And then is Drew McIntyre re-signed? Like, if you tell me he's re-signed, then okay,
that proves he's gonna do a CM Punk. He said he's gonna do a CM Punk again. I see him winning the title while his contract, quote unquote, expires.
So
right before he gets cashed in on Damian Priest, he says nope, hits him with the Claymore and runs out as champion.
So
and then there's like it's all the heat.
Who are the last two participants at the chamber?
Logan Paul, because WWE wants to troll me. No, listen, they want to troll me. They heard what I said. They said, yeah, we want to put Logan Paul in the United States Championship in the Elimination Chamber. Perfect. No, we're going to just put him in the champion. We're going to put him in there, not the championship, because they're fucking idiots. But him
already?
And who's the other guy? Who's the other two available? I forgot. LA Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, no, LA Knight's not going to get it. LA Knight's going to... AJ
Styles
got it. Oh, wait, no, LA Knight already got it.
Is it Bobby, Randy, Drew, and that's it, right?
Why the hell they got Randy in there?
Yeah, that was interesting, but I thought that was kind of cool, just for the spectacle of the match.
All right, here's another topic discussion. We're getting into 45 minutes. We're not talking about this. Why aren't we talking about Sami Zayn? Why are they doing all these segments talking about, hey, Cody coming up to him, you are a champion, I believe in you. If you remember Sami Zayn's past, he has come through adversity. He has been, he gets on this losing streak, and they do these segments. What makes Sami Zayn? He's like that blue collar champion. Of course, he's a workhorse as well. And you got to be a believer in Sami Zayn. You got to, believe in miracles and stuff. Why are they doing all these segments? He has been on a losing streak, y'all. He has been on a losing streak. But he's out of the picture.
Under the Giant from Battle Royal.
Why are they talking about the World Championship picture when Sami Zayn's already out of the chamber picture? Like, what is happening here?
I think, okay, so how I would have booked it is either I think he has to be going for the World Championship, right? Or maybe Gunther. But how I would have booked it is Sami should have been in Seth's spot. Sami should be the one telling Cody, I got your back. Because, you could build around this, how he's still recovering from the bloodline, whatever. And maybe you can have Seth versus Drew versus Sami. And Seth is still like, Cody, I don't, Cody, he don't care about Cody. He has no interest in helping Cody. And, you can even build it around, how Seth is telling Sami, hey, you're focused on helping Cody and we got a world title match, da-da-da-da. That would make sense to me. That would make sense how Sami can be in Seth's spot as in, I'm going to help you, whatever. I can't get over. I'm not trying to bring it back to this, but there is no logical way that Seth is going to help Cody at WrestleMania. But like Seth or Sammy, it's either Gunther or Sammy or Seth. Sorry, there's a lot of S's. It's either Gunther or Seth. Either way, he needs to walk out of WrestleMania with a title. I know it came out a long time ago that Sammy is being set up for a long-term face push, but when do we start paying this off? Because he's been taking L's to everybody. He just took an L to Shinsuke.
He's
Everybody.
lost like 10 or 11 matches, bro.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what? Well, y'all trying to bust nuts so quick. Why
Whoa.
not like save all this? Let him keep taking L's because he was just in the main event for the championship, guys. Like he's still like he. It's gonna take a while for him to fall off this mountain. He's still falling. He's still
So-
falling.
He's still
So,
So
like,
what would you do with
why
Sammy at
not-
WrestleMania then?
Why not? Huh?
So what would you do with Sammy at WrestleMania?
Fuck if I know. Anything pretty much as much as it means losing. Keep building that
yeah.
because allow him to win the next Money in the Bank, and then there you have something for Sami Zayn
What
to
they're
look
talking
forward
about
to.
right now, though, they're like, he's the champion. Everybody believes in him. Like Cody Rhodes believes in him. This story is now, not for Money.
They
in the
want to
Bank
have
later.
an under. Yeah, but what can he do other than win like the IC or United States Championship? They're not giving him the World Championship.
Do you
No.
think that he finds himself somehow in the chamber match again?
No.
Like even
No.
though
Unless
like
they do a last chance battle royal like they're doing for the women.
Mhm.
No, they better
Unless
not.
they
They
do
better throw him in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale and give him that. Dude, I'm telling you, everything is as far as championships and like maybe besides the United States. You go
What
let
if-
him go for that.
if
Everything
it's
is pretty
Damian-
much all booked up.
What if it's Damian Priest versus Sammy for the Money in the Bank?
I was just
Okay.
about to say that.
Maybe, but like
Because they
Because-
I was
obviously have no
pitching
plan
that
for
for
Damian
Drew.
Priest.
I feel like Drew
I
would
know.
have been cool with that.
No,
and then
but
take
Drew's
over
already
the
in the chamber
Judgment Day.
match though.
Yeah,
That's the
now,
thing.
but I'm saying this was like 2 weeks ago when I pitched that. I was like, dude, if you give Drew that, then he could truly then take over Judgment Day.
I
Frig
like Mikey's
Sammy.
idea. I do like Mikey's idea because they don't talk about Money in the Bank guy a whole lot anymore, which is Damian Priest.
I was telling you that like 2 weeks ago, and you're like, oh no, you got to let Damian Priest cash in.
No,
He's
no.
good.
I do agree with that, but only on somebody who is in world title picture, world heavyweight championship. But Sami Zayn, I wish that he would somehow find his way into the world heavyweight championship picture because they're making it look like he's a underdog. So he's
Ooh.
got to find his way into this title picture through all this adversity, like all this stuff that's happening. They even talked about it in the segment. Empty arena, sitting in like the 110 section, with like a couple of cameras pointing at him.
But and
But
then the
besides
problem
the
with
Money in
that
the
is,
Bank, what else
but-
can he do?
but hold on, what the problem with winning the Money in the Bank is, assuming that it's going to be a face walking out. Both champions are going to be faces. Then what does he do with the Money in the Bank? Because he only got to
Okay.
June to cash it in.
Okay. All right. So you guys want to talk about triple threat matches? What if Sami Zayn finds his way into a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship, where
I'm
Seth
all
Rollins,
for
where Seth
but
Rollins
then
doesn't have to work that hard?
That
I'm all
kills.
for it.
So
Yes,
it's Drew
but
McIntyre and Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins.
we
I
gotta
can see
make
that.
our minds up.
I can see that.
Which triple threat do you want? We can't have two triple threats.
That's what
That's
I'm
gonna-
saying. Yeah.
That kills all the heat of one. You gotta have one or the other.
I'd rather have that triple threat match than, because The Rock versus Roman can wait till next year. Perfect
They
case
can,
scenario, that is
But
next
will
year.
The Rock want to do that?
I hate that guy. Like, he needs to relax. Like, take a year, get your cardio up, get your body right. Because right now, I can tell you, he's going to get injured any type
I'll
of
say
match.
this. I'll say
Wait till
this.
next year.
The way things are, and how WWE has already given us this content for the last couple of weeks, I don't think that people are wanting to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns. That is not necessary anymore.
Yeah,
That is
nobody
not the.
wants to,
I
but
think
they
it. I
went
think
this
it's definitely a
far for a
spirited.
reason. They're not gonna have The Rock tease being at WrestleMania and not
That's what
have
I'm
him in a
saying.
match
You would have to give
without.
us a reason to to give us a match of that caliber.
I
Rock versus
think
Oh,
Roman Reigns.
you really think
at
I'm gonna let
post
you
mania.
disrespect my family? I want in that match to make sure things go the right way, not as a damn referee. Boom, that's it. I'm not like it books itself. It like
You can
there's
have,
no
I don't know,
what.
rocking solo, get into it, and then the next night, you like I'm thinking next night after Cody wins, Rock loses it. I mean, not Rock, Roman loses it. Like Roman snaps, and like him and Rock get into it, and like I don't know. I'm assuming that the Rock is gonna take this heel character to another level. So I don't know how you just get him back to being a face, even though I think with his heel character he's gonna get cheered. Um,
So so
so
you can see.
you don't want to have ricocheting, face heel turn Rock, but I don't know.
So
I
you
think the
can see
Rock.
a Rock versus Roman Reigns SummerSlam without the title. It's
Oh
just
no, I
like
can
a
see it at Ray. I can see it at
just for the
Mania.
blood, just
I
for
can
the
see it.
bloodline.
I can see it.
If Roman Reigns spears The Rock at WrestleMania, I just don't see it where they would carry it for that long.
I could see
Um,
Roman. I could see Rock costing Roman, or somehow, like
mm,
even if it's on accident, or I don't know, like not in like indirectly costing Roman the match, or even Roman blames The Rock the next night, and they get into it, and then like we end
eh,
Monday Night Raw with them challenging each other or something.
what's funny is
There's
that
ways to do
in the last hour we have probably come up with maybe 5 different matches for WrestleMania.
that,
It's
and
the
we
most
still have no logical conclusion for Seth. Like,
exactly
ah,
because they have made fans so confused, which makes it so exciting to be a part of this wrestling discussion. That's what we discuss. By Friday night, I'm sure we're gonna have different outcome of the scenario. We're probably thinking narrowing this the match concept down to maybe like 3 types of scenarios rather than 5 or 6. So what we should do is gather our thoughts again and get together on Saturday and talk about this issue. But before we go, I wanted to keep this stream like an hour. But you want to talk about somebody, Lamar? You want to bring that up?
Oh yeah, so this goes back to something that was discussed a couple weeks ago now. PJ and I made our thoughts clear on a specific superstar and where he would go, and that name is Okada. And it appears Okada has decided to sign with AEW, and sure enough, it appears to be what I was thinking is a guy like that, which we've seen the Will Ospreay, whatever, Ostrich. Um, we the Sasha Banks or whatever her black ass name is, Monique, most whatever. I'm sorry, I
Mercedes
don't
Monet.
know these names. Monet, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, these people like to sign with Tony Khan and AEW because we can shit on AEW for what it is, but at the end of the day, when it comes to their talent like that, an Okada, he's an independent contract. What an independent contract is allowed to do is not only work for AEW, you work for AEW, but you are allowed to still go work for the companies like New Japan and go work for other companies and win belts. These things. And Okada can get paid millions to do whatever shitty AEW booking that Tony Khan has lined up for him, and then he could say, "Hey, let me go back to New Japan and say what's up to the homies for a little bit. Let me go win the United States Championship." Something along those lines. He could do that in AEW. You can't do that in WWE. As far as my logic serves me, there has not been one yet independent contract that could just say, "Hey, I'm here in WWE. I'm gonna go fight, Zack Ryder tomorrow or Matt Cardona." Like, so for me, Okada signing to AEW, as unfortunate it could be for some WWE fans that he won't be on the card and be in certain storylines. It just was more in the cards and seemed more realistic that a talent of his magnitude would go there because of how, independent contracts work there as opposed to WWE. So,
WWE on Fox
It
tweeted out saying, "Pick one, hashtag Team Cody, hashtag Team Rock." Sorry.
it
Um,
seemed like it was more of a money issue though. Like with
well,
Mercedes and Okada, it seemed like it was more of a money issue than anything.
well, that's the thing is I know, and that's usually what it is. But I mean, for them, it's also the bonus that I'm getting paid, but and you're probably gonna be the booking isn't gonna be that great, but you're still gonna be booked as a or seen as a bigger star maybe than you would in WWE because WWE has so much shit going on.
yeah.
Would you
Which is
though?
not to say AEW isn't exactly because like you have Edge over there and he's in the mid card, so I mean it's like eh.
Jay
But I mean,
White,
at least we go over there and we're
Rhea.
like, oh, that's Edge. Where at least, I mean, Shinsuke, for example, Shinsuke is just now getting attention again. He got his first W on like TV in a long time. Like,
But then there's also the AJ Styles of the world who like went over there and became bigger stars. I know he's kind of in limbo right now, but
yeah,
you
but do you
know
want
that
to know something about AJ Styles that not a lot of, I think, is very much overlooked? He
what's up.
was about 2 or 3 promos away from getting fired. And
Yeah,
I understand that was Vince McMahon's error, but it depending on how certain people wanted to go, AJ Styles could have been right back in New Japan.
yeah.
Not saying that he's that bad or anything of that nature. It's just that he almost didn't hack it in the WWE system because the WWE system is different. He had the right
Uh,
people around him, the Chris Jerichos and stuff like that. But my point here is that most talent like Okada are gonna go there, yes, for the money, but the fact that they could leave a company that they were just at, in this case New Japan, get paid probably a little bit more than they were there, and still go back there whenever they want. That's pretty hard to say no to AEW, even with the shitty booking, because you can at any point say, hey, I want to go back to where I was and still get paid, all that money plus still, you know, do
yeah,
whatever you're doing in
I see what
AEW
you're saying.
with creative freedom and whatever that brings.
Everybody just looks at it in a different perspective way. But yeah. Anyways, I'm excited for the WWE ride right now. I don't watch a whole lot of other products other than WWE itself, just
I'm
because
anxious.
of the time that I have. I watch AEW every now and then. Matter of fact,
Oh,
they're
they had a show
coming.
today, didn't they?
They're
Okay.
coming to my town or like close to me, in about 16, 17 days or so, and I haven't decided if I wanted to attend or not. Their tickets are fairly cheap. I believe the third row for 2-night event, which is a Collision Dynamite and Rampage, were for like only $303. No, $353 for two people.
Not bad.
Yeah. So they're pretty significantly cheap right now, I guess, because of low attendance. But yeah, it's an exciting time to be a WWE fan simply because we don't know how the booking's gonna go. But I also feel like WWE is monitoring everything and the reactions that people are giving off, the vibe, talking about what's happening within the company. They're just gonna make a decision, I guess, eventually. And I also believe that this is going to change just to make people talk even more on purpose. Jinping, that's a new person. I'm here to wish y'all a happy new year and good luck in the year of Lung. I guess. I don't know. Hey, that looks like the Chinese president. I could be wrong. Is it Chinese? I don't know. It might be a spam account. Anyways, Paul Heyman is the new all bound? All bound? AEW bound. It was a misspelling. Hey, actually, can we touch one more topic? Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. They haven't made any announcements, and I know for a fact that Hall of Fame list is shorter and shorter every year. Not to mention that SmackDown Hall of Fame takes place same night, and the reason is because WrestleMania is a 2-night event. After COVID, when they changed it, they've made it where Hall of Fame would take place on Friday. So that's that. But who is going to be the main Hall of Famer going
Bray
to?
Wyatt. Gotta be Bray.
I wish. I'm actually attending Hall of Fame this year as well. The
I
SmackDown Hall of Fame
respectfully
event.
say, who cares? Because, frankly,
Paul
I'm gonna be
Heyman?
real. The WWE Hall of Fame has just not been something to me that ever got me like, cause it's the W. What do you mean what? It's the WWE. At the end of the day, it's like, yeah, we watch it for what it is, but nigga, I barely even care about the NBA's Hall of Fame because, like, the criteria, like, what is the criteria for the fucking a professional wrestling Hall of Fame when you really look at it? Because, yeah, nah, I ain't gonna say nothing that's gonna get you in trouble. I almost said something about someone named Chris that would have probably got some flack on your channel. Let me relax.
But no, I mean the year before that, going into Dallas, it was The Undertaker. Then, of course, last year was Rey Mysterio. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. It gets emotional, seeing Hall of Famers come in and they tell their stories. Shad Gaspard. I mean, he's one of them that can tell you emotional story in the last couple of years.
Yeah, Pat Patterson's got some stories.
Yeah, but a
Taking it
lot
up.
of people are saying that since it's Philadelphia, it's going to be Paul Heyman. Not to mention that this year, for the on-location packages, they're doing
Nope.
ECW excursions where they're taking people
It'd be
and
CM Punk.
going around the ECW arena just to show them. So I wonder if it's gonna be Paul Heyman. But I would love for Bray Wyatt. CM Punk's
In
not
the
gonna be
cast
inducted, not this
with
year.
one arm
Bray
is gonna
Wyatt.
get put in the Hall of Fame.
Bray Wyatt
need-
would be ideal because he
I
passed away
need
last
Bray
year.
Wyatt to get that Eddie
Yeah.
Guerrero treatment, man.
Yeah, I really do too.
Yeah,
Bray Wyatt would
then
be
make
sweet.
Bo Dallas champion.
Oh man, that's where
Like,
this goes. Uncle Howdy for champion. How about that?
it wasn't even Uncle Howdy.
I
It was
just
some
realized-
random fat guy.
WWE's YouTube has 99.5 million subscribers. So pretty soon it's going to be 100 million.
I remember
Probably
when
by
they
the time
first
it's
started that, man. It was used to come out like WWE Fan Nation,
Mm-hmm.
and man, I was addicted to it. Like
Yeah.
that was back when Punk was things was great, man.
They've been uploading full segments.
Yeah, they got like the full Fiend story on there. How you feel about the Firefly Funhouse going to be in 2K24? How is that going to work?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. With the wrestling games element, I believe like you guys keep up with more than I do.
Oh, you got it. You the one got me.
No. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play, but I just don't keep up with it as much as you guys do. When it comes out, sure, I'll play, but I feel like White Mama and your other people like Katrina and stuff, they keep up with.
What PJ saying is, if 2K never sponsored him, he's not going to waste his time indulging in getting in information about shitty 2K.
Right?
I mean,
They don't send
Look
me
at White
shit.
Mamba right on cue, texting as soon as you said his name.
They don't
Look
send
at
me
him.
shit. Oh yeah, he's typing something on Discord. Yeah, I'm just.
That's what I'm saying. If
I've been
they
playing
sent
their
you
games
shit, you
forever.
would take your time to learn it.
I
but you just
remember-
don't care.
I remember 1 year of WrestleMania. They had picked out my video and they wanted to feature it on my channel. I got an email, and which I told them sure. So they uploaded my video on their channel. I thought it was a pretty cool thing, and it's for real. Like go on WWE, like go into the search box and type in my YouTube name, PSN Club PJHQ. It'll pop up. It'll pop up on
Really?
your page. Mm-hmm. All it is like a simulation
Yes.
of like 3 stages of hell. Like it's a Hell in a Cell match or something. It's
I
one
think
of
I
the
remember
matches.
that.
Yeah, all it
Yeah.
is a 2K gameplay. That's all it is. It's nothing special. But all I'm saying is that they took my video that I created and they reposted it. That's
We're
all it
finally
is.
getting 3 faces of Foley back. Let's get it.
Shut the fuck up, White Mamba.
You see, Taker got a podcast with the clickbait thumbnail.
Yeah, nah. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, man. Every old head's destined to try to get a podcast now.
What is this life, man?
We're living in an era right now where it's hard to believe where The Rock came back. He's a heel, and Undertaker's a YouTuber. We're living in the most wildest times ever.
Tell me
And
why
we,
the Undertaker pretty much had like pretty much everyone's reaction to shits, or at least I'll say 2%, because I'll say like my reaction wasn't everyone's, but
Never thought I'd see the day where Undertaker is doing clickbait. That is hilarious.
we're living in a day where everybody knows wrestling is kayfabe or like it's a work. I don't like to use the F word because I think it's pretty offensive.
yeah, a lot of
Isn't
people
Chris
think the F
Benoit on
word.
the cover of Here Comes the Pain? Hold up.
What?
Is it Chris Benoit on the cover of Here Comes the Pain?
No, it's Brock
Like in the
Lesnar in the middle.
background, like getting choke slammed or something. I think he's like in the background or something.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Because WWE just posted about it. I'm like, hold up, is that a Chris Benoit reference?
Nah, ain't no way, bro.
Half of being a WWE fan is looking for Chris Benoit references. No, no, no. Okay, all right. I don't know. Okay.
I'm just ready for The Rock's heel theme.
Oh,
Ain't no heel
Hollywood Rock.
theme.
I love that is his best theme. That like I
Yo,
loved Rock with hair, but Hollywood
You
Rock
don't
is the best theme.
you don't realize these big egoed motherfuckers, they don't like, for instance, like Chris Jericho, when he turned heel, what did he do? Motherfucker kept his theme song for people to sing because I'm so over. I can't get rid of it. It's me.
And
Nigga,
I
you're
said that in
heel.
my last video. When people have a perception of you like the Young Bucks, I'm more interested in the Young Bucks than I've ever been because people know that they are like not I don't want to know like they're bad EVPs. When they started leaning into that, I'm like, okay, I'm interested. Like lean into what people think you are. Like Batista, when he came back, he was Hollywood. He taking people's spots. He turned heel and like he made that triple threat match work. Lean into that. Now The Rock is going to make this work. I don't know what's going to happen, but he's going to make it work because we got a vision of him, of like a perception of him as selfish, Hollywood, jerk, egotistical, and him leaning into that. Like, okay, I'm interested. That's the reason why Roman Reigns is so good because we know like he's probably like that behind the scenes.
oh my gosh, I totally forgot to bring up one main topic. So we're gonna visit that. Might as well. In Becky's segment, Becky mentioned, which it might be a joke, but she mentioned her daughter is keep seeing her dad wanting to face Maui, which is related to, of course, Moana because he's one of the main characters there. So do you think that she just hinted that The Rock and Seth Rollins are in a beef, like they could possibly clash
No,
against each other?
it's just like any classic wrestling. They go out there and they ask them to go test the water, see what people do, and they
See what
barely
they
they
react.
they got a laugh. That was it. It wasn't no reaction. It was just a laugh. Like, ha ha, Becky Lynch is funny, woman.
Yeah, I don't want to see two broke down stars. They both need to just take time off the heel and. Uh, oh, in The Rock's case, I don't think he's going to be doing any much healing, but you know, Seth will have to
What?
carry that match.
Well, here's the problem. Here's something we didn't even. The last thing I'll say is like, what if they try to do an angle where Cody turns heel? And I only say that because The Rock hasn't addressed it. The Rock
Cody
could
and
say,
turning heel.
"I'm being an asshole because you guys, the Cody crybabies, are attacking my daughter."
I mean,
And
even
Cody
Rock
already has
said
gone
it was
out
a
to defend everyone. He's already
Cody
saying
and
like he
turning
doesn't
heel.
want to see us win. He called you guys Cody crybabies. What if The Rock tries to flip it and be like, "No, Cody and you guys are the bad guys threatening my daughter."
I mean,
What
he's
if
already
they
said
try to
there's a
do that?
difference between those fans and
He did
Cody.
on Pat McAfee's podcast. He hasn't actually addressed it. Like he hasn't actually been like, "Oh well, the reason why I say there's Cody crybabies is because you guys threatened my daughter." Like they
I,
haven't actually talked about it yet.
I
So
think the
that's
only
what I'm
way
saying.
Cody turns heel, and well, I'll just say this: it would be him jumping the shark. Like that would be the biggest, like that would be like, nah, that's a reach.
I'm
But
saying that as in The Rock would pitch that, like, look, I don't want to be the
oh
bad guy. Cody, you be the bad guy. Let's see how that
yeah,
goes.
yeah. At this point, we can't put nothing past The Rock. Yeah, yeah. So I definitely agree with you on that. The only thing is like even like Cody would have to like concerto this man 3 times for us to be like, all right, bro, chill out. But even then, some of us want to see Cody just like defend yourself, bro. Like Jesus, dude. Like
I felt like that when he walked out. I felt like literally he watched our stream, like all three of us when we were talking, and was like, you know what? I might have to really like defend myself. There's a difference between a man and a company man.
yeah, that is just Jesus, dude. Grow some balls.
When
Sorry.
he walked out, I got that vibe. I was getting it, and then when he
It,
got smacked, and I
it
was
only
just like,
got
"You gonna let Triple H hold you back? Just push him. He'll." Nah, I ain't gonna
that
say
is
that.
such rock. I know the Rock like like not booked it, but like took control because he punked everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He
He
did.
punked, he punked Triple H, Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis, the cameraman. He even looked at CM Punk crazy. Like the only person who got over on Rock was CM Punk, and that's because he was like
Yeah.
40 feet away talking about he'll punch him in the face. Like ah man,
That
that
was the
that.
most funniest thing I've ever seen. CM Punk in the background be like, "Hey, if two men are wanting to hit each other, or whatever, let them fight."
Let him
Blah blah
fight.
blah. I want
Let
to see
him
Cody
host
Rhodes.
WrestleMania,
I want to see
man.
Cody Rhodes punched right in the face, and The Rock
See,
over here
people
trying
keep
to take off
saying
his
that.
microphone.
I just much rather see him on commentary all night because we've seen for over the years all the host does is come out for like every one or
Right.
two segments to be like, oh blah 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 blah, and they might announce a return maybe, but they're not really prominent anymore. Where like I'd much rather see him on commentary all night talking shit.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I love Pat McAfee, but he be doing too much sometimes.
Yeah, he was cooler when he first came in. I feel like now that he's with ESPN, he's got to be a little bit more watered down.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
like all
given.
right, yeah, like relax a little.
Did y'all see this entrance of Dustin Rhodes, which is Goldust, making his way? This is in
No.
early days of WCW in
Oh, when
'91, where he
Cody
comes out
Rhodes
to
theme,
Cody Rhodes' theme song.
it's so well made.
And he comes out, and during the whoa, when he's in the ring, of course he's grabbing onto the ropes, pulling it. He goes whoa, like it's perfectly synced. I'm
I'm
like,
not gonna
what
lie,
the hell?
y'all gonna look at me crazy, but I genuinely was wondering, like, is that real? Like,
I was
hold up,
thinking, I was like, is this edited? I don't know
it
if
was so good. That was so good.
right.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so that should conclude this
Wait.
today's.
One last. I forgot to ask.
Okay.
What are we thinking, Gunther? Just real quick, what are we thinking, Gunther to Jey Uso? Are they going to drop the strap because of The Rock as well? Do you think The Rock will say, "I think Jey Uso's ready for the strap"?
I don't think
What's
he
gonna
drops it
happen?
on Monday. I don't think not Monday at least.
Wait,
Okay.
what? You're saying that Gunther is gonna drop it to Jey Uso?
I'm asking, do you think The Rock is gonna use his influence to be like, hey, like I think my little cousin Jey Uso's ready,
Oh.
And then have
Uh,
and
you
then have
have
a championship
Naomi
match for Mania against Jimmy?
Jimmy and Jay. Jimmy
Yeah,
ain't
Solo
ready.
beats Logan
Jimmy
he
Paul.
ain't
ain't, but
ready.
that's the
Jimmy ain't
point.
ready.
That's the
Jimmy's a
point.
fucking
That's the point. The
comedian,
Rock
bro.
is in power, buddy.
He's
It's a
below
whole new
Seth
world.
R-Truth right now.
Solo
Fuck
beats Logan
Jimmy.
Paul.
See, yeah,
Naomi
y'all talk about
is
Sami
the
Zayn. Let R-Truth win the world title. Freak Sami Zayn.
R-Truth is over, but man, he's a comedian.
Let's go.
Yo, I bust out laughing with this segment backstage. He's like, "Hey, you were right. You was right. Judgment Day gonna kill me, dog. Where you at?" Dude, the fucking R-Truth is fucking diamond, man.
Slow again. I thought he was. I think they're gonna. It's gonna be a big swerve in the end. Bro's gonna finally be like, "I'm a smart ass motherfucker.
Uh,
I ain't really slow."
I hope he's having fun because I'm starting to feel bad for the guy. He's been playing this
but
clueless
people
character
get
for
it
like
though.
2 years
People
When he
now.
love
could have
it.
been a single star, like, and he's proven he could have been a champion.
People love his segments though. I mean, he draws money. You know,
I
that's
just, tears of a clown, man. I like if he's cool with it, I'm cool with it.
he is,
But
man. He is.
Because I'd
He's
assume at this point, like, bro, I'm done being the,
no,
the
he's
butt of the
happy.
joke.
He's happy. Have you ever seen him being on the camera after like work? He
I
was on
think the
Busted
first
Open
time,
podcast. He was
I got
happy.
that vibe, the first time I went to Royal Rumble, and I was right where they would go after they got eliminated from the Rumble. And like they would walk to like this little alley, and then they would get carted to the locker room. And
Hmm.
like I forget, I didn't get to see how he got eliminated because my seats were terrible and I couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
But he looked like he was in some pain. Like he looked like he wasn't. But he high fived everybody.
Brody
Uh,
Reeves. Sorry,
you
I
said
didn't
what?
mean to interrupt you. Brody Reeves posted saying Jay is not dethroning
Well,
Gunther.
no, I agree. I definitely agree. Gunther should keep
Yeah.
going. I just figured I'd throw it out there because The Rock
The
is
Rock would
just.
influence. Yeah.
Oh hell
Not
yeah!
not on
My
Monday
cousins
at
could
least.
fight for the gold at WrestleMania. I could see it now.
Not on Monday at least.
All I'm gonna say is that main event Jey Uso has an overall of like 91, while Jimmy is still
No.
stuck at 85
Well,
or
when you're
84.
comparing those two, I guess, but
I'm comparing those two. Jimmy is just. I'm sorry, man. They need to work on Jimmy. He's just a henchman.
no, you got to give Jimmy's promo ability to Jay, and you've got the. That's why they were perfect as a tag team because they're
I
like
feel so bad.
50-50. They're like
I,
50-50 of each other. Like they make up one wrestler. Unfortunately, one does the
I,
talking and one does the match.
I feel so bad for Jimmy, man. He don't deserve this terrible booking he's got. Like,
R-Truth
Are
becoming
you worried
Eugene.
about one guy? I mean, there's several guys, bro. Don't be worried about one guy now. He's coming out there all the time. He's cutting segments.
who, Jimmy?
He's fine. Don't be feeling bad for people. You ever watched did you watch the Love in WWE, Bianca and Montez? I
Crap,
feel
Oh
yeah.
bad
man.
for Montez. Any
Oh,
documentary is gonna make
I
you
don't
feel
feel so
bad,
bad.
bro.
I don't feel so bad for Montez because I feel bad for Angelo. Like, you just know it's coming. Like,
Bruh.
you
Can
know,
I
eventually
what
he's
have
gonna
you
get that.
seen Angelo? He's looks so fucking demotivated all the damn time. Montez Ford is a real champ. He's
I,
a future champ.
I'm
But
not saying he's gonna be Tucker. Like, remember
yeah,
Heavy Machinery where that guy just
yeah,
disappeared after turning heel. I'm not saying Angelo go get that treatment, but he's definitely getting Genetti treatment.
He's
yeah,
just Enzo and Cast, man.
yeah.
He's just there for
But
muscle.
Montez, his character, I mean, it tells you he's up early, he's fucking working out, he's doing all this stuff. He has high energy. He's wanting to do things. He's wanting more opportunities, and he wants to prove,
He'll
all the
be
damn time. He wants to take that little opportunity and turn it into something else. He's already like looking into the future. That's what
barring
he
an
wants,
injury, barring an injury, he'll be a single star next Mania. They
dude.
like they got him at press events with
Fucking
Who?
like Montez. He's
Yeah,
definitely
we've
going.
been saying this for 3 years. We gonna
But
keep
now,
saying
but
this, nigga?
but
well,
now
I
it's like,
guess.
okay, but he's
Y'all
been
said
booked
that
in
when he was
limbo.
in the
Like,
Elimination Chamber for United States Championship and he
Well, well,
lost.
maybe the
didn't he?
documentary needed to come out. Oh, also, I'll say this:
He's been booked in limbo.
bad booking on Bobby Lashley and Street Profits,
Yeah.
whatever they call them.
No,
It
yeah, they
just
scrapped them. I forgot all about those
ain't
guys.
nothing making sense. They don't fucking wrestle any matches. They don't fucking wrestle
Art
matches.
stunk.
Dark main event or like nothing like that. Not after even the show. They don't wrestle. Period. Unless they're in live events or something. I mean, come on, dude. Let them
Like
fucking
no,
wrestle.
and then you tried to turn him heel. Nobody wants to boo Bobby Lashley. Nobody wants to boo the Street Profits. Like I get it. I get what the attempt was, but
Yeah.
like, and
Then
now
they
you
had
got
that.
him with this carrying cross thing, and
Yeah.
now they're just booked in
Th-
limbo.
Yeah, they had that one match and it was like disqualification or like some bullshit. I'm like, what are
If
they doing with them?
if you want to bring up names who got hurt by the bloodline story, it's definitely the Street Profit. When they got beat 3 straight times by the Usos, it was bad, man. It was just
So are they
they never
having the 6-man tag match at WrestleMania?
who carrying cross and
Yeah, all these people.
nah
The
Andre the Giant battle royal. It's
Oh my gosh,
Triple H don't like to
no.
book unnecessary matches.
No. You know what would be cool? Elimination match between 6-man tag. And have Montez Ford go out all the way out.
That's a bathroom break. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I was gonna say we didn't even get that for the fucking John Laurinaitis versus Friggin' Teddy Long
Oh,
match. You really think we're gonna get that for a
dude, I was at that
3v3?
Mania. That was definitely a bathroom break. That was bad. That was terrible.
Yeah, that was the end of Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder never recovered from that.
But he won the IC title. What do you mean at Mania?
He
What did he
lost it the
Whoa,
do?
next
whoa,
night.
whoa.
That's
You know
day
it.
off.
Yeah. Well, he's a jobber.
All
He
right, guys.
never.
Let's end this. All right, guys. Well, I had an amazing discussion. This can go on for another couple of hours, but
Happy Valentine's Day.
yeah, let's try to come back Saturday. Oh, there's an applaud. Okay. Oh, okay. We got DJ Khaled up in here. But yeah, let's try to come back Saturday. Let's see what happens. Okay, enough Lamar. Thank you.
That's
Let's
not.
try to. Who is that?
I don't even know
Who's
how
doing the
you do it.
soundboard? Stop it. Get some help. Otherwise. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We will be back Saturday for another discussion. Alrighty. Peace soup. Y'all have a good night. See you next time after SmackDown. Happy Valentine's Day.